What's up, everyone? It's another episode of A Slice of Love. It's your host, as always, C. Holmes, as we bring you the topics that everybody loves to talk about, but afraid to. But you know, we not. We about to bring it raw and real as it is. As you can see, I am not alone. I have several.
Look, this climax lady, go ahead. Stop this.
We already acting up. This show ain't even started yet. We already acting up.
Get it what?
Let me go ahead and introduce my guest, but before we go even further, let's start off with the one, the only, the military. He who's going to speak with what's on his mind. No hesitation, brings it. We always have nerd calling him, so that's all right, though. We talk about the one, the only, Sim.
What's up, people? What's going on? What's going on?
How you doing?
And I don't know what kind of crap you got me into today, man.
Oh yeah.
He told me to be comfortable.
I got some more guests. Like, look, y'all want some guests? We got our full show. We're gonna get some more in there, and then we got the one and only. Well, I'm just gonna go by the nickname Taco. How you feeling?
Who is Taco? It's Taco Bell to y'all.
Taco Bell?
Yeah, Baker doesn't like to call
I
me
know
type
where this
people.
going tonight.
I'm with you.
Is it meat in your taco? Like, I got questions.
Lord have mercy. It's like the one and only Taco.
There's always the meat in my taco, so.
Oh man. And then of course, I know you're looking at the headline. You're like, "There's no way that could be her name."
Hey, Chris,
But yes.
you need to turn it up so we can hear you. I ain't scared to tell you.
Man, you better put your things in some of your ears so you
Turn
can
it
hear.
up, man. Nobody.
He got to put his thing where? Where you putting your thing at?
He need one
With a thing.
earpieces because he can't hear. Everybody else can hear me but him.
Where he putting the thing at?
Oh,
I got
Lord.
questions.
We are talking about you. Listen, that is her name. We talking about
Climax.
How you
Buttercream. Mistress. Gotta say my whole name, my whole government social media name. I'm amazing. And yes, I'm on the swing in my house. I got 2 of them.
Yes. And then, of course,
Man, get started. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'll give you an introduction. You know, he had his little moments. We have the one and only Donald Baker, the pimp and the one unknown. So how you feeling,
The
man? How you
pimp?
feeling?
I'm good. I
You
just
feeling-
can't hear you good.
You better turn up the volume on your stuff. Everybody's hearing it good.
Everybody
On your
gonna mess with it,
stuff.
it's gonna mess something up.
But look, we got more. And then we have another guest on here as well. I don't know if she turned blank on me. We see you live now. We got Storm live on the podcast as well. How you feeling?
Baker, I think this is a setup. He
This
set
is a
us
setup.
up. I
Lord
think
said, Baker, these
I think
niggas
this
gonna
is-
mess with you
I
tonight.
think
They
this
set
nigga
you
set us
up, but
up.
I'm ready for you niggas.
I think he set us up.
Here we have Storm. How you feeling? I know. Go ahead and speak. Try and get you in. But if not, we'll get you in a minute. But for the topic of the day, we are talking about, is monogamy natural or is it social construct? And yes, we are talking about that today because we know how things are going in 2025. We have, of course, different views, religious, cultural values, traditions, and much more. But before we dive into everybody's opinion, I'm going to play this quick clip just to get things started, and then we're going to dive into things of our discussion. And Baker already, he said, just seems like I set him up, but I didn't set nobody up. I'm just inviting guests out.
Man, stop lying.
All right, let's go ahead with this clip for a little bit.
Monogamy is natural. Adultery is natural too. Neither are part of the supernatural. But I don't think people really understand monogamy. Mono means one, and gamy means spouse, one spouse. Polygyny, poly means many, gyne means women, many women. We are an animal that forms pair bonds. We are basically monogamous. We're also adulterous. I think we've evolved what I call a dual human reproductive strategy, a tremendous drive to fall in love and pair up and rear our children as a team of two, and a predisposition, some people, of restlessness, an inclination to be adulterous. And we tend to be an animal that, a creature that forms a pair bond for a period of time, breaks that pair bond, and forms a new pair bond. Serial monogamy and clandestine adultery. So when did monogamy evolve? I think it evolved over 4.4 million years ago when our ancestors were coming down out of the trees. 97% of mammals do not pair up to rear their young. Elephants couldn't be bothered, giraffes couldn't be bothered, gorillas form a harem, people form pair bonds. Everywhere in the world, the vast majority of people have one partner at a time. Even in societies where a man can have a harem, polygyny, only about 5 to 10% of men actually get enough cows or goats or money or education or some other sort of status to win a group of women. A woman will not be the second wife of a poor man, only if the perquisites outweigh the costs. I think human pair bonding evolved millions of years ago, along with this brain circuitry for romantic love and for deep attachment to a partner. I think it evolved for an ecological reason. Our ancestors were forced down from the trees by 8, 7, 6 million years ago. They had to begin to walk on two legs over very dangerous open grasslands. And at that point, they began to stand up on 2 feet instead of 4, to carry weapons and to carry tools and to carry food back to a place where they could eat unmolested by predators. And with the beginning of walking on 2 legs instead of 4, females began to have to carry their babies in their arms instead of on their backs. And if I were to give every woman in the world a 20-pound bowling ball to carry around for the next 4 years, and also try to carry sticks and stones and collect fruit and vegetables and run from lions, etc., they too would look around for a mate. So by 4 million years ago.
All right, so we have the introduction of the video, and I'm ready to see what y'all's opinion is going to be on this subject of matters. So, like, how are you feeling? Like, is monogamy a social construct, or is it something natural? What are your viewpoints? And I'm curious to see who's going to fire off first on this topic of today. So, I'm all ears. What we got?
Well, every time we get ready to talk about certain things, I don't know why we got to reach out to the dominant culture to explain to us about human beings, and this white woman talking like she's been in the jungles of Africa. Where you find that trash?
Now,
I'm sick of hearing those kind of sign and go to these white folks to make some explanation about sexuality when them beasts weren't even here, and they didn't even understand the importance of it. And I ain't walking around with no 4 feet. Maybe let me finish, because I go. Maybe her people walk around like monkeys in a jungle. They wasn't even here. They were created by accident. Put this woman on this thing, but go ahead. I understand this culture and this sexual generation.
Becky, you mad? And the dominant culture that made you
y'all
mad?
got to go get this trash out the garbage.
Oh, I got more videos.
Say the trash out the garbage. Spell garbage.
Oh, Lord,
what you just played.
I'm not about to play with y'all. We can go any goddamn deal. So, Jasim, I see you over there sipping. Like, what are your thoughts, man?
Man, I'm the same with Baker, man. It's like always trying to talk about something that's related or possibly related to us being black. Hell, they all they are really is mutated from us. So while they was in caves, you know, black folks was educating, building science and all that other stuff. So how can they talk about us? They the one that stole all our information.
Man, oh man. So Storm, what do you think? What do you think, Storm?
I mean, I agree with the guys there. I mean, what is she talking about? Like, she come out, we come from trees. Baby, what is you talking about? Ain't nobody come from no damn trees. What the fuck? I look like a fruit. Anyways, as far as the poly,
A delicious fruit.
right. You're right. I'm the
I'm dead.
forbidden fruit. That's what I am. I'm the forbidden fruit. But as far as poly, you already know that's my subject. That's my topic. I mean, I think that poly is in the Bible, and then when these people read the Bible backwards, forwards, they look at it, and they were like, "Oh, well, it's down upon, but it's in the Bible." So you're looking down on something that's already in the Bible. I think that, I mean, yes, she's kind of right. You know, you had to have so many whatever. But King Solomon had 100 wives. Yes, he was wealthy,
Yep.
but I think that's
Ooh.
the way it should be. I think that's the way it should be. It's just like a lot of people look down on it. But if you think about it, I mean, a one woman can only create a baby, and it takes her 9 months to hold that baby, where a man can populate 9 women and have 9 women pregnant. So when he said,
At the same
the
time.
Bible says, be fruitful. So be fruitful. Make your community. It takes a community to raise a village, right?
Well, you saying that because you got a bunch of children.
No, I only got 3, so I don't know what a bunch
That's
of children
enough.
is. Yeah, that is enough.
That's 3. That's too many. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
You're
too
right
What?
about
many.
What?
that.
Wait, whoa. That is not. I got 5. My babies is beautiful. The fuck? The hell you mean that's too
Are
many?
you
3
trying to
is
get
too
pregnant, or you
many?
just trying to have? Let me handle this woman. Are you
Oh
trying to
shoot.
get pregnant?
Ooh.
Did you try to get pregnant, or you just trying to have a good time?
I was trying to have a good time. I'm gonna
Both.
be honest.
No, you can't be both. You were trying to have a good time, and you didn't have no money to abort them babies.
I mean, no, I had the money.
Yeah,
No.
that's what it was. Y'all nothing. I know you
No,
black women.
Wait a
Lord.
whoa.
you don't
Wait a
know
whoa.
Yeah,
me.
Just
I know
because
that, and
all
I
of
know your
yours
culture,
swallow?
and I know what you like to do. You like to have a lot of sex, make a lot of babies, and not be responsible for them. And those
Oh.
you can abort and get
Oh,
away with it. And this sexual culture,
Wow.
that's all y'all like to do is lay down and have sex with multiple people, pass it on your
Okay,
mistakes disease,
so
and you need to
what do
stop.
men
um
like to do? Y'all stick y'all dick
yeah,
everywhere
I'm
I
else.
like,
don't.
how
You got the
many
Like,
wrong
how
man.
many
seriously.
babies
You
did,
could
did get
come here
swallowed
spend
on your
a decade
watch?
in this house, and I wouldn't touch you.
Lord have mercy.
He
So,
lying.
all
He
right. So
lying. He
in the
lying.
midst in the midst of
So
this,
how many babies got swallowed on your watch?
Do what?
I'm like, they swallowed all your babies? Is that the problem that we're having? They just kept
You want to
swallowing your shit?
practice?
Hell no. The fuck?
You
hey, you got a shout out
how many did
climax.
you swallow?
I'm just saying.
If you got
Huh?
5, I guarantee you had 2 abortions at least.
Use a motherfucking lie. The fuck? All mine came from right
I can
there.
tell you. I guarantee you. How old are those kids? You put this
Why? In
woman
my
up there. Let me
business.
have this woman called Climax of Kleenex.
It's
Cause
Wait
Lord.
wait
I
a
call you
minute.
All right.
Kleenex.
So
You think it's
So you
cute?
calling me a Kleenex
You think
because you
it's
had to
cute?
wipe your
You should
shit
have put
up,
on a
or
Kleenex.
nah, I'm good.
I'm dead.
all
I
right.
have to be
Taco
able
Bell.
to.
I'm
I
sick of
have
you
to be
nasty black
Yeah.
able to
women. That's
shine. Nope,
Yeah.
nope,
Real
nope.
Christopher.
quick.
I gotta be
I
able
All
to
right.
know
shine
We
your
got we got to let
head.
us speak real quick. So Taco Bell, what's your opinions on this? I know we in the midst of a
Taco
whole party.
Bell.
Oh Jesus. I'm just laughing at Baker
Oh
because
yeah.
this is Baker. This is normal Baker.
He
Um,
is real.
he he's something. Um,
what did you say?
you're something, Baker.
No, I ain't something. I'm Baker.
You're
But
Lord.
baking
but
something.
listen,
Something.
Storm. Here's the issue, and I'll let it go. Here's the issue. I was on another thing today. After that, and I got on the church before this one. Okay, but I was
Amen.
talking about that piece of trash that was on BET. All that on BET is black trash, black entertainment, black trash, trash. The women had naked. They look, smell. Look, I can smell them stinking through the TV.
Wow. You
They
was smelling
stink.
them that hard?
They funky. And you be careful with that swing because you keep getting close to me. I'm smelling you.
You got me fucked up. My shit smell like
No, you
roses.
smell
You
you
got me
smell you
fucked
smell like
up.
an
Okay.
open can of tuna fish.
Oh,
Lord
see, let me
mercy.
tell you what your nostrils is real fucked up. Real
I
fucked
can
up.
look at you
Real
and
fucked
sniff
up.
and tell.
Really? Is your eyeballs
Yes.
clean?
Yes, it's something about you that's dirty.
Lord have
Mm-mm.
mercy. All right,
I get it
so
from you. You created this.
all right, so I'm gonna showcase the next clip. That's gonna bring
So
us more.
another piece of trash from the white community too.
Oh Lord,
Wow.
he's not. He's not
I
even
think it's
white.
in his
So
cup. It's in
let's
his
roll
cup.
the clip. It's Baker being Baker, but let's roll the clip real quick. All right.
What's up, guys? Join me as I dive deep into the intriguing question. God made only one wife for Adam, thus setting the idea precedent for the race. Polygamy is the first mention as part of the wicked Canaanite civilization in Genesis chapter 4, verse 23. Let's take a look. One day Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice. Listen to me, you wives of Lamech. I have killed the man who attacked me, a young man who wounded me. He goes on and he says in this explanation, God clearly forbade kings of Israel. Leaders were the persons who became polygamous, saying, and he shall not multiply wives for himself. God made only one.
All right, so with that said,
Mm.
now we're coming from a more religious standpoint. So I know, Jasim, you want to like really hop on this one. So now we have on the more on the other side. So how do you feel about this as we pull a little bit more on the scripture side?
Man, only thing I'm gonna say, when he said Adam and Eve and he was only one wife, and then when people mistake the word go and multiply, it was because it was only Adam and Eve and they had to grow people. When you get into the New Testament, you don't see multiple wives. When Jesus walked on earth, you don't see multiple wives. When he spoke in Ephesians on being the head, when he said your wife, your it was singular, not plural.
So you're saying that that is more of a thing that's been going on since of modern day, and that they have twisted the scripture to fit their own personal belief or benefit?
Of course, the Catholic Church has always done that. They always change things to fit them as long as people are paying the money and they can get rich off the people. They've always. Because
Joshie, you don't need a soft landing place with Chris on this show. If that's the case, he shouldn't bring us on because we don't land safe. So let's land rough. Now, if
okay,
you go
so
back to what this guy just said, I'll put him on here. He opened up in Genesis and he used the word Cushite, Canaanite, Canaanite. Canaanite come from a word meaning Cushite, where you get the word Cush. That's black people.
This guy was
Okay?
good.
That's Kush. That's black people. You sexual driven black people. See, I'm trying to help Kleenex clean up with this.
Really, really,
Now
really.
listen to this. When it comes to men's sexuality, understand something about us. We don't want sex. We need it. We don't
Why?
need it.
I'm just
Listen,
looking at
but we don't
Taco
need it
Bell's
from
reaction off
every
of that.
woman. You gotta practice. I ain't stimulated by every woman. Now, if you want to try me, try me. You can take your titties out on here and it ain't gonna bother me.
Bullshit.
No, it won't. I don't know. Make me out of a
I
lie.
gotta ring the bell on that one.
Make me out of a lie. Because I'm trying to figure out why you so still in that swing. Everybody else sitting down here, you bouncing around. Are you running off some sexual demon energy? You got a sex demon. I know it. I can tell you. Now, if you sit, I can help her and get this out, Chris.
You try to have a whole sermon.
Now, that's better.
Nope.
That's all
Sure
I
the
need.
fuck not.
Calm
This is my
down a little
piece. No, nope. This is my piece. You get your piece from being bald headed. I get my
Are you
piece
that
from swinging.
hot? Are you that hot and horny with this
I'm just
focus?
saying, don't hate the player just because you're not considered what I am in my piece. Don't mean you get to corrupt my fucking piece.
Okay. All the people I know swing in a mental institution.
Oh my god.
You
Is that where
calm
you at?
down. You started this shit. You talking about I smell like some whoop. You know what? I figured it out. I think you want to smell it, put your face down here and go so you can understand what it is.
I would drink a
So,
hemlock
I mean, I
cobbler.
don't get it.
I would rather drink a
Lord have
hemlock
mercy.
cobbler.
All right, so Taco Bell. So, what's your thoughts on this after we have the religious standpoint from the other
That's my
video?
You know, I
baby
don't
there.
believe in that shit.
Hello, Taco Bell.
Continue. I know you have more to say on this.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
good. See,
not.
the climax didn't have a climax. She can't even stay on the air. I get them demons out. The blood of Jesus.
So, I fucking ring the goddamn bell.
Hey, on this one, I'm telling you, I'm with Baker on this. I'm with
The
Baker on
holes are
this.
gone. The holes are gone. The
she
holes are gone.
she ain't gone. She's right back. She'll be back on it. She ain't
Tired of
going
you.
nowhere. But Taco Bell, what are your thoughts on this?
Um, you know, I'm not religious, so that doesn't really apply to me.
Shoot it. Yeah, go any further.
I don't really go with what religion's going to tell me to do with my life. I don't believe in all the stuff it says in its book. So, I
So,
mean, I don't have any opinion on religion because I'm just not Christian or a part of that group. So, personally, for me, I think polyamorous is the best way to go. I mean, what if you have a connection with somebody and, you know, you're a free spirited person, like you want to connect with different people? I don't feel like that's a bad thing.
all right. So before I'm gonna give you like a little alley oop. So like, tell me what are the benefits on a mature level? Because like a lot of times when people say that, they think like immediate left. So like when you have two mature people that actually agree to go with this kind of relationship structure, what are the benefits of that?
I mean, the benefits of it is the connection within it. It's not always just about sex, which I fear that people always go to, but you know, let's say I like horror movies and so does this other person, then we connect on that and we base a relationship off that. Or I met my husband off of protesting. So we met protesting. We love horror movies. We just connected in that way. We love music and we had those things. Well, if he meets somebody who enjoys tennis and reading books and the other things that I don't really care for, then that, you know, that's another person he gets to connect with. And if it happens to be sexual, it just happens to be sexual too. So that doesn't really bother me because I know I'm not here to fulfill one person's needs forever, and he can't fulfill my needs forever as well. So, having someone else or multiple people that can fulfill those needs is makes sense to me.
Gotcha. All right, so I see Baker over here look like he'll turn into pages of scripture over there.
Oh
Look
no,
like he.
I was sending texts. Now listen, Taco Bell, you was my friend, but I forgot that you think you have to have multiple partners to be satisfied.
Oh my
In
God.
my day, we called that whores.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
so people are using this fancy polygamy word to cover up being a whore. So let me ask a question because I'm not there yet. What makes you think you got to have multiple sex partners to be pleased? That's a demon.
I think your opinion is your opinion based on what you believe in your life, and that's perfectly fine.
Sure.
That's why your words do not really affect me because I know what I am and what I'm not, and I'm not a
Do
whore. And
you
even if
want
I,
my words to affect you? Because I can make
no,
it happen.
you can't.
Oh.
Because at the end of the day, I turn this screen off and I'm going to take my edible and I'm going to take a nap and go
You
to bed.
take that dope too, huh? See, that's
Lord.
not normal. I'm just
Look,
trying to understand. Maybe I'm just got too old to understand why.
you Baker, you're from a different generation. It's like
Well,
talking to my
Well, how old is
why you can't
old?
have one man to satisfy you? Is he not doing the job?
It's not about
Oh
doing a
Lord, we went
job. It's
there.
like
Oh
I just
Lord.
said.
But
It's
No,
about
explain to me. Help me
she
sell me
didn't
this product.
say multiple sexual partners. She
right,
said multiple people to satisfy needs.
right.
That's not
Well, Lex,
necessarily sex.
listen. You're a storm by yourself. Just sit tight. We'll be back to you. I
Oh
want to
my
handle you.
God.
I want to handle you. But go ahead, Taco Bell. Say it
Handle
again.
me. Make sure you pick it from the back though.
Real quick, I got a sound alarm. Got a sound alarm. I'm playing. I'm just messing with y'all. But on a
It
real
doesn't
note,
always
like,
have to be sexual partners. It could be just. It doesn't always have to be romantic partners as well. A lot of people in poly sometimes don't actually have sex. I mean, they can just be partnered. The sex part sometimes is just a bonus for some, but It's kind of a newer thing for me too. I mean, I got married in the church. I got married at 21. I'm now 26, and I can't just see myself only being with one person as I have grown as a person, and I don't see that one person fulfilling all my needs. Now, my husband is still my best friend. I love him to death, love him to pieces. He's the father of my child, and he's not like we're not going anywhere. But that doesn't mean that I don't have other needs that need to be met before I die. So.
All right, so before we say anything further, we have another guest on the show. We have the one and only Creole Queen as she comes in with a smile. I don't know if the
Hey.
lady can remember what happened a couple episodes ago, but she's here
Oh,
live and in
yeah.
person and ready to speak her opinion on this topic. So, yeah, we got a full house as I pretty much have things going on. But how you feeling today or this evening?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm getting to relax. Hey, beautiful. Oh, I love the swing. Yes. Yes.
So,
Don't say
Okay.
that too loud. You know how Baker's gonna feel.
Cause yeah, he upset. He mad because he don't have one.
Oh,
so
Baker is
I have
always
two. He can sit right there. I got
serious.
two of them.
all right. So with that said, like, what is your thoughts on this? Is like when it comes to monogamy, is it a social construct or is it something more of a natural thing?
And who are
I
we
know.
asking?
I'm asking you,
Hey,
Queen.
Chris, one technical issue you having. Can you get this woman to be still? She hypnotizing me with this swinging and
Oh,
making
she's
me dizzy.
hypnotizing you though. Oh, you
No,
can't
she
say.
Oh,
make, and that
first you was
smell keep coming off
complaining.
me.
Oh,
She keep
No,
smelling.
that's that
oh,
aroma you want in your throat.
Yeah, baby, you
The
look
fuck?
good. You
Baby,
look
52 looks real good. 52.
real good, honey. Real
Real
good.
good at 52. The
Amen.
fuck? Now,
So,
come
Nobody
on,
told you the truth.
queen. Say your truth.
Nobody told you the truth.
I honestly, I don't put any judgment on any situation. I feel like whatever floats your boat. I'm one of those people. Personally, I prefer monogamy. If I'm gonna be dealing with somebody, just because I'm stingy, I'm real stingy. So I ain't no need for anyone else to intervene. But to each their own when it comes to that. I feel like people need to communicate when it comes to those type of situations and be honest about what they want and what they need, and not join into things because of what that person that they may like wants. I feel like people get into situations they're not ready for, and cause a problem sometimes. But I can't say it's no one way. It's just like nature. There's no one path out here.
Well, excuse me, this white woman just said that it's normal for us
Yeah,
to have multiple partners like animals crawling around in a jungle.
that was the intro
So,
video we had a
so
little bit
thank you for
earlier.
making sure and keeping it clear for me that at least you're normal. At least you're very normal.
Mm.
But as far as I'm concerned with Kleenex and Climax and Taco Bell, these are not
Now,
normal
before
women.
you
This
go
is
too
not normal
far,
behavior.
you may not want to put me in that basket so soon.
You a freak?
Come on, come on, come on, come
Are you
on,
a
come
freak?
I
on.
said what I prefer in a relationship. If we're gonna be in a relationship, now
I'm confused tonight.
the way I date is a little
Chris told me
unorthodox.
this was gonna be about Jesus.
I did not say that. I said this is gonna be an
Man, y'all
interesting and entertaining conversation.
He pulled out his biblical and everything.
But you are free
no,
to
I'm
pull out the
pulling out
Bible and
these tea
fire.
bags. You want these tea bags in your face?
Oh, pour out your tea and let me read you because you be having some stuff going on over there. I want to see what that is.
Mm.
Lord have mercy. All
It's
right, so
probably some Benadryl.
did you just wait? Did you just say Benadryl?
He probably got some Benadryl up in that tea so he can go and go to bed, rub him on his head, look, jiggle his balls a little bit so he can go and go to
I
fucking
bet you
sleep.
want to jiggle them.
No, your shit look like no.
Whoa!
It look like
Wait,
it sags
wait a
just a
minute.
little bit. Just a
Don't
little
make me
bit.
do something that I will regret and have to ask them to edit this video.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, now
Wait,
show me.
wait.
Show
Oh, I
me,
knew that's what
goddamn
you
it.
wanted. You freak. You a sex
before they
freak. I
have
know
I
that.
just need to know,
Go ahead.
does
Open your
it
can of
lean
worms. Go
or
us.
does it
Give me some
sag? Is it like a
Montesquieu's
noodle?
version.
You got a noodle.
Go
Is
tell
it a
me
noodle?
about your promiscuous behavior.
Oh, I'm not promiscuous at
And how many
all.
times have
Oh
you
my
been to the doctor
god! All
to
right.
check for all these sexual transmitted diseases that's
Oh,
in
I
your
don't have
community?
any of those. The only ones that I have is the
Hey,
ones I got from you.
You ain't never met me, woman.
I
no,
did just now.
no, you
Okay,
all right over
no,
there?
you
You over
ain't
there
never
like
met me.
cutting up?
Don't say
She
that
over here
because people
rolling,
watch me on
laughing.
here. I don't know this woman. This ass showed up on this
Oh
show.
no, we've been together for 13 years. Why you not telling
Girl,
these
you
people
see,
your
Maggie,
truth?
you been holding out? I knew something was up.
Why are you trying to hide me, sir?
That
I
makes
yeah,
was just
perfect
there
sense right there.
yesterday.
yeah.
I see
If
you,
you had
Tupac.
if you had a taste of me, you wouldn't be talking and swinging like you are. If you even
Yes,
knew me.
I would because you didn't fill me up last night.
On that note,
Oh,
Justin, what do you have to say to Miss Modest before I play the next clip?
oh.
I'm dead.
Hi.
You need to go.
What do you have to say? Kind of add a little extra more two
If you're
cents.
gonna
No.
talk, you need to go read this book. This is
Extraordinary
not
sex.
teaching
Now he
one
put out a
lesson.
book, y'all. He been reading. He been
So
studying
who the
more than the
freak
scripture over
go?
there. Oh,
Now,
I was reading up.
a friend of mine gave me the book.
Oh,
oh, a
The
I
reason
so
friend
I
of
know
you
mine.
so much
love. Are
about
we
A
you
so
friend
connected?
of.
you had to get a book
about these
to
whole
go get
tactics.
your information?
What
You a whole
tactics?
this up. You doing the whole tactics.
Oh God.
Why do they
Oh,
matter?
but you got
Because I
the
need to know about
book.
you black holes, and this book teaches me.
Oh,
Now
it
see
teaches
the
you.
H is for holiness and the O is for orgasm. So I need a
I'm
holy
trying to keep
orgasm
up.
because
She
you're
said what she
teaching
said.
that.
Trying to
She
keep
said what
up.
she said, y'all.
That's what it's doing. He said he needed
Yeah.
Well,
a
I'm
trick or
just my
two
energy level for black
or
people is
10.
just exhausted right
Okay,
now.
okay, Chris,
Um,
can we play
slow down.
can
I
we play
really don't
kill
care
fuck
for them, to
Mary?
be honest, to tell you the truth.
Can
Well,
we
we have
play
to
I
kill
play
one
walk by
fuck one
y'all and
Mary
it.
wonder
one?
why you're not in the trash can.
Oh
Really,
Lord have mercy. Let me
Ooh.
play
you're
this
so
next
nasty
clip. That
nowadays.
No, let's play a
and
game.
And the other culture is not like that. Everything with a black woman is sticking her butt out and shaking it, and
Oh, so your
it's
mother
like
oh
is
it's,
that
no,
person
baby.
because
it's
she
like when the
gave birth
U.S.
to
economy
you.
degraded to
That's
nothing
not
but trash.
true. You need to
Your
get
I'm
with
not
black
your
woman is
confused.
doing
You
husband.
more
can't
than that.
judge all black women. You have a mother. You have probably siblings that are females,
Yeah,
aunts,
they
and
black. I get it, but I'm talking about females like this girl swinging in this swing. Is that normal?
it
Yeah,
We're gonna
she's
is.
normalize
zen.
that
That's her
behavior.
piece. That's her zen. So
That's
you
my piece.
her minding her business at her house.
What do you do for a
Yeah,
living?
I'm an accountant.
Do you
Now
swing
what?
in that seat at work?
Honey.
I can't tell
And I
which one
got
of you.
two
I can't tell which
degrees.
one of you black women are talking.
Lord have mercy. All
You
right,
put
so
your good glasses on. Put your good
I've
glasses
never used
on.
myself
Take
on a
the
show
cataracts
once.
out your
This is
eyes.
did
horrible.
you just say
Wipe the
cataracts?
damn. Take the cataract. Get your glaucoma juice. Pour it in your cup next to your Benadryl so you can carry your ass to sleep. The
Oh,
fuck?
And you quit dyeing your hair because it looks horrible.
All right, so let's go and end this round because Baker
this
being
is
Baker as
left.
How do you
usual.
wash that stuff?
We'll be back, but let
This
me
is
showcase
going
this
left.
video that
How do you
I
wash
want
it?
you guys to kind of. So we have this sister that has this to talk about
Am
when it
I the only
comes
one
to.
on this show can smell this girl?
That's because
Well,
I
what?
was on
We,
your top lip. I
Oh,
keep telling you that.
this is so rude.
all right,
Baker.
so we're about to play this clip as
I
Baker
guess
gets
I need
ready.
to. Somebody help me
Lord
start
have
loving
mercy.
black women.
All right, let me play
You
this.
gotta do
Right.
that
They
on
can't.
your own, baby.
One
That's
woman
All
don't
right,
just
all
be
right, all right.
hard.
satisfying him, and it makes sense because this one over here cool. You like the way this one cook. You like this one the way this one over here crack jokes. Like I understand that now. It's like okay, this one over here likes art, and then this one like to go. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go cut up and go skate, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that with everybody. Or maybe
Okay.
you want to go dancing, or maybe you know you want to travel and everybody doesn't like to travel, but you got that one that like to travel. Because I mean, I don't know why we feel like we have to be limited in that way. Now obviously people out here reckless and they're not safe, and people's spiritual hygiene is bad, and so it's not the same because society's a little off. But I see how it could work. I see how easy and smooth that could be. You know what I'm saying? Like you just vibing. You vibing with different people that you vibe with on different levels.
All right, so she was just saying like pretty much like one of the previous statements is like you just find those who pretty much you can vibe with, have similar interests, and just fulfill your needs, and that doesn't always have to be sexually. Now, with that said, like is that like pretty much the norm, a natural vibe to have when you have a good connection with somebody, or are we forced in this construct where no, I can't have multiple people that I vibe with because that tells me that that is morally wrong. So, what are your thoughts?
Why people can't be friends? Like, why? What happened to friendships?
That
What
part.
happened
Right.
to just association? Just because I like to go to the movies with this particular person, don't mean okay. Well, we need to have sex, and I need to this need to be my movie person, and I'll have this person over here too for that. Like, it's okay to have friendships, and I also feel like a lot of times people are jumping into those situations because you don't know how to fucking court. If you back up and actually learn somebody for a second,
That part.
you
That
know
part.
that hey, this not my person, so I can continue to search. I can continue to date. Ergo, when I could tell you about my dating situation, you might pull me out the flat. I date a little different. So I feel
Send
like
it to me. Send it to me. I'm gonna need to because I'm just back starting the date. Yeah.
I believe in everybody meeting the competition. Okay, that's I'm gonna say it
Wait a
like
minute. For the
Period.
audience, like I know what you mean, but for the audience that may be a little bit slow, what does that mean when you say like I'm bleeding introducing to the competition? Because you got to break it down for
that.
some of these people.
So, because okay, so I'm a single mom. I have four boys at home, and two are in college. I'm in college, and a serial entrepreneur. So I don't have a lot of time on my hands to be bothered unless I'm being paid. When I go out, and it's usually with my sisters. Hey, it's a mass text. I'll be at this location for this long. So whoever pop up gonna come. Me and my sisters are in our designated areas. You gonna
Okay.
come in, and hey, if you want to buy me a drink and sit with me for a little while, that's fine. And then Joe might come in later and get us all food, and then Anthony might come in and get hookahs, but everybody gonna go to their own destinations. And we gonna have us a little moment and we gonna part our ways. Now, outside of that, if you hit me up and say, oh hey babe, I wanna have a date and we're doing this, that, and the third, then fine. But I'm not initiating it because I'm the one being courted. I'm not a man. I'm not gonna start acting like one.
So with
So
that
I'm
said,
here for that. I'm here for that.
let me get something from you, like from OG, just Sim. Like, what's the response to that? Because I know you've been pretty much processing everything right now. Like, I'm curious to see what your response is going to be.
On what part?
Say what part?
What yeah, what part? Because everybody
Okay,
says a whole lot of
all right,
different
so
things.
there is a lot. So like to be more specific, like on her freedom to pretty much say like I'm introducing you to the competition. I'm going to be a woman, and like you should court me. Now, if we want to do a little bit more serious, like you initiate the on the process and go from there. But she has the option of freedom as a single woman to have multiple choices.
Now, I don't agree with meeting the competition. That's just me. But far as having the option in regards to seeing who meets their qualifications, that should be one on one. You know, and it goes back to when you was on in the trenches when we was talking about contracts, right? Everything is not going to be even. So everything is, if somebody that sees somebody doing something, they're gonna do it, but they may not even be in it. They may be faking a phone call or whatever the case may be. So the genuineness of the individual is out the window. But only time a guy you have a better chance if a guy is going to show some type of genuine of himself is when it's one on one, not with somebody else. Because then guys, what do we focus on competition?
that's the
Not
whole deal to
and
me.
the point is that the competition is between the guys. The competition is no longer the female. The
So
female is
what
no
you're saying
longer
is like
no
when there's
longer the equation.
so when you're saying basically for the audience that may miss this is like when there's a lot of guys competing, the focus is not more on the woman. It's more of like I'm going to outdo you out of pride.
Exactly. Exactly. That's all it is. So then who loses? The female. Because initially she wanted to find someone, but now it put the guys in a position where they're competing against each other, and she's really more on the back burner and not being in the front. So that's why I don't agree with it.
I'm gonna tell you why I went that route. I used to do
No,
the
no, that's your thing. But
Oh
I'm just
no, no,
saying.
it's not gonna sway me. I'm just showing my background and my point of view of it. I respect your response, but I'm gonna tell you why on my end I don't feel like I'm losing. I've been in that position where I'm just doing the 101, and guess what? Those guys are usually dating the woman who got another option and they know that they have another option versus okay, yeah, I can deal with you how I want to deal with you, but I'm not going to be too extreme because I feel like you like me already. If you feel like someone else is involved, I'll take this is a great example. A guy I used to date, he don't do trips. That's his thing. I don't pay for women to go on trips. I don't do dinners and I don't do all that. Oh, okay, fine. Well, if you want to take me out to eat, well, if you want to deal with me, you got to take me out to eat. So I did eventually get him to start doing that. I mean, I got to get to know you. This is how I date. You don't have to be respectful of it. You ain't got to like it. But if you want me to be around, then fine. Well, eventually I started dating someone else who do like to go on trips. Now all of a sudden, when I communicate with this individual, where you going? Oh,
Hey,
I'm
hey, hey,
packing
hey,
my
where the
bag.
other person at?
I'm packing my bag. Well, what you mean you packing your bag? Well, I have a friend. He want to take me on a trip. Oh, well, when things get lined up at my work, I can do some write-offs. Now all of a sudden you can do trips too?
His pride got hit. His pride got hit.
Well, in your example, I'm gonna put it this way: you come across immature men that really don't know themselves and they selfish. That's
That
what
part.
that's all.
These are
That's
well-established men. I can't
it
sit
doesn't
here
matter
and
if a
tell
man
you
is well
you're not
established or
mature
not.
until I get to date him, though.
It doesn't
That's
matter. It
crazy.
doesn't matter. That's material stuff. But mentally, they immature. That's what you running into. You run into immature men. And so if you ran into a mature man, he would see the value in you. And then he would do what he don't want to do, but he'll do it because he see value in you. You running into the immature man. I don't care how much money he has.
Well, that particular
Thank you for
guy.
the comment.
And then
Competition
when
is a
you're
beast.
used to a certain way of being, I mean, you're just not gonna settle. I have a lot
Yeah.
of god brothers, and guess what? They gonna shoot they shot. If you gonna take the bare minimum women, then that's what they're gonna run with. If you show that that's not what you're gonna be up for, then they're not gonna move with you in that manner. And I do see a lot of guys who do that. Like I may not, and women do it too. I'm not gonna treat
I'm so
Yeah.
glad
You
you
look.
said
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
hey, I
Yeah.
hate to interrupt,
that's
but
just
like
relax.
basically, I feel like that's just even the playing field. You got
Yeah,
options, I got options, and let's see
yeah.
like
Oh,
pretty
Chris, you
much
got
what pretty.
options?
Chris got
I love
How
how she
many
just like
options you
skipped to the
got,
whole.
Chris? How many you got?
Yeah,
How
how
many?
many
I'm
options you got,
curious.
Chris? I want to know.
How many? You got like 8 of them, 9? What we talking?
Really, we gonna put that
Yeah,
on the
what's
show
your
like
number,
that? No,
Chris?
that's
How
the
many
wrong show.
options you
Like
got?
Yeah, I got questions.
Nigga, we got questions.
we got. I'm in the spot where y'all loving this. I was raised to have choices until it gets serious. I'm put it like
you
that.
are single until married if
That's
you
what I
believe in
said.
marriage.
That
I was
that
raised.
part right
That's
there.
how I was raised by my grandparents. They're like, you are single
Mm-hmm.
until they were like, I don't. If they
Until
ain't,
you say I
I
do.
do. That's how I was raised.
Exactly. And see, I come from women who none of the women in my family work. Like I come from house moms, so I just happen
Mm,
to be the woman. Well, my mom was a worker. See, she wouldn't do all that, but I happen to have that balance where I know how to be a complete housewife because that's all I ever known. But then also, I forced myself to be in my masculine role to be a great single mom and also provide for myself financially. So I have a great balance in my household. When you
yeah.
coming into being with me, it's a lot more of okay, well, where's your place here? Because I'm not gonna put up with it. Chris say, baby, I'm zero tolerant.
That
I'm
part.
Play no
tolerant.
games.
I'm not gonna if you don't like what I like or anything that I am bothers you, okay,
Move
there's
around.
people out here and more being born every day.
I
About
will
many.
say that setting boundaries is a healthy thing. I think everybody should set boundaries
Absolutely.
because if you just let anyone cross over your boundaries, you don't respect yourself at the same time either. So boundaries is a good thing. All right, so Bacon, let me bring you back in this conversation. Like I know you fired earlier, like shotgun, close range, pow pow. But like I know you processing everything. What's your thoughts on this? Like,
I really wasn't. I processed it in the beginning, and here's what I understand, what I already know.
go
Mind you,
ahead.
these ladies on here may be wonderful ladies, but they're not one that I would choose to date or want to be seen with in public. And let me explain why. First, let me explain why. First of all, they're out my age range. They too old,
How old are you?
and they too needy. Now let me help you. They're too needy. Okay. Now Queen is talking like I anticipate that most black women talk today. Now I'm talking what I hear in the marketplace when it's just men we talk. A
Marketplace.
lot of black men are trying to stay thousands of feet away from black women. And let me tell you why. One of them said something that makes sense. Why? Because of the culture with this generation. Now listen, most black women are over medicated and bipolar. Let me tell you why I know. Okay? Your pH balance is off and everything. Now,
Wow.
Black men, and,
no,
and
for
this is
real.
why the black
So
women
The white
like they
women,
are,
the
because if
white
you have to
women
face
don't
stuff
act
like
like
this, it's
y'all. The
crazy.
Spanish women,
that
let
right
me tell
there.
you,
Oh
Free, and
Lord.
they're
Chris,
absolutely about
you talk,
finances.
I didn't say nothing. Now
You
you
right,
shut
and
Yeah.
I
up.
apologize. Go
You
proceed.
see, that's the problem. Y'all talk too much as women. You may be smart and got
Whoa,
all them
not to
degrees,
talk too
and you're an
much.
entrepreneur,
What
but
the
y'all
fuck?
talk too much. And see, the white man wouldn't take you out. Lord knows in the
Oh
daylight.
no, they do. I actually
They
have
You
do.
ain't been out
They
there.
do.
They
No,
do.
good black
They
man
Baker,
been
do.
out with
the
some
black
Baker,
men I have
serious
problems with
medicated.
actually.
Baker.
But
Do
listen,
you need me to
let
go
me
get
say
in?
this.
Do you need me to go
This
get
Oh.
in?
culture,
Oh Lord. Wait,
this
you wait,
culture, this
pause.
culture.
You gonna bring him out?
I'll bring them out. Quit playing,
You
Baker.
will?
Cause
What,
Because the
Chris?
way
yeah.
he defends black women,
This
I don't.
culture here is so
Thank you,
confusing.
love.
Hold
So
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
what do you
You're gonna
date? Do you
always
date
have
like
black
20-year
whores
olds that
and
you can
white whores.
control? Is
Yes,
that
he
your
dates people
preference?
whose frontal
Wait.
cortex is not fully
First of all,
developed.
everybody.
Oh.
First of all, to be honest, I hear all the ladies
This
giving
lady
I'm
points.
likes you. Look like she's a
I'm really
lesbian.
trying to hear what Baker has to say on his.
I'm sorry,
Well,
but
she's being
ooh,
typical. When I was trying to make a point as to, I had this thing.
Listen to Baker.
I used to think that black was delicious in women and beautiful. I don't anymore. Because most black men are sick of y'all because you're loud and you said this here, Queen. I want him to buy me a piece of chicken and mashed
No,
potatoes
I did
and
not say
a
that.
drink
I did not say
and
that.
just
wait.
why do you feel that when some man walks in a restaurant, and I know y'all thinking you want him to come in and buy you something, you're not even
I
worthy of
said
him.
if they do that.
No, why would they? You ought to be enough woman to say, I buy my own table lamp.
And I can.
Buy
And
your
I
own
can.
If
refrigerator.
you be in my
But
face,
that's not what
if you're gonna
that's
be a
not
man
what
and
you
you're gonna come in
said,
my
baby.
face, there's a way to live
Buy
yourself.
your own chicken.
I'm gonna stay in my feminine
Take yourself
energy.
to dinner. I do it all the time. And I see y'all lusting like I'm something to drink real quick because you can smile.
Whoa,
You can smile as long as
wrong
you
cup of
want.
chocolate.
And
Wrong cup of chocolate.
I guarantee you, I
Mm-mm.
guarantee you, your credit score is in the fours.
It's
Mm-mm.
not.
Actually,
It's
mine
not.
is perfect.
Well, then why you always
I
want a
have
man to buy you
everything.
something?
Matter of fact, Chris can vouch
Chris ain't
for
your
who I
Bible.
am because
Mr.
Chris
Baker got you on the
knows
stand
me
right now. Shut up.
personally.
I know Queen
Chris
don't
can
play.
vouch for
Queen
me,
don't play
sweetheart.
Listen, because I
Just
don't
tell this woman to
play.
shut
Oh,
up
and
so
that's
I
your
can finish.
issue.
That's their
You're
problem.
being disrespectful,
When you
sweetheart.
keep talking, I
Yeah.
interrupt you when
And
you was
you're
talking
being
about your
disrespectful
lavish
when you speak.
lifestyle.
If you're gonna hold on, sweetheart, if you want someone to listen to you and take
I
Stop
what
didn't
being
you're
ask you to
saying,
stay on the
disrespectful.
show. You
and
can go bye-bye,
you want
baby.
someone to take what you're
Bye-bye,
saying
baby.
into, don't
Bye-bye, black
criticize her
woman.
as a woman. Don't talk about her hygiene. Don't talk about her face.
I say what
Don't
I
talk
want to
about
say.
those
Who
type
you
of
think you talking
situations.
to? Who
Exactly, and
you
that's
think
why
you
you're
talking
Apparently,
to?
somebody that's not well educated on
Shut
verses
up,
of
and
sister.
you're
women.
disrespectful in the manner that
You
you're
got a
coming to
fake
a person
background. You got a fake wig.
and
You got
to the
on
person
fake
that you
pearls.
come
All
from.
right, all right, all right, all right,
Ain't
all
nothing
right.
fake about
Let's
you.
Wow.
Shut up.
You're
all right. Let's
criticizing. You
Did,
make
have a
okay,
all right.
okay. I think I
And
got
you
it. I
always
think
do
I
this.
got it. I
And you
think
and
I
that's
bring
got
all
it.
these
important
ignorant,
Did
because
you
stupid,
not?
otherwise you're trying to
stupid
Wait.
black
bash
women
someone.
on
All
to
right.
Did
debate me.
you not take your
I
Viagra,
wouldn't
or
be
did you take
sitting
it
Oh
here.
too
Lord.
soon? Is it? Are you still on the 6 hour
This is
attention?
why
Is that why
everything
you're
sounds
upset?
fucking garbage.
Are you walking around like this? What the fuck? Drop it.
It's given
Put some
Bible.
cold water on it.
It's given. I
On
need counseling.
on that
Yeah,
note,
he
let's
need counseling and
Same
song. He
way
needs to
my
go wet
kids
his
get
stuff.
me.
That's what it's given. But
all right. Let's
you
play.
know,
All
to
right.
each their own.
Gutter.
Let me
All
back
right, y'all.
up. Let
Let's
the
play the
man
next
speak.
video, which I find is going to be
Gutter.
pretty interesting. All right, so what are y'all thoughts after this when he brings up the scripture?
He can't. You cannot criticize nobody and then throw Jesus at them.
All right, all right, y'all. Let's know.
Mentioned it so many times. Why did God seemingly allow it? Why didn't God condemn it?
It's complicated when we talk about it because we don't have anything in scripture that says something like, do not do this. You may not do that. This is not allowed. That raises that question. Is it something that God actually prohibits? Or is it just something that we look at and say, well, it's just not ideal?
Speaking of Solomon, he had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines. And then, just finish the verse, and his wives led him astray.
There are several other places in scripture where we see men presented as polygamists, Lamech and Abraham, Jacob, and David. So we have polygamy described in scripture, but never polygamy prescribed.
The perception of marriage that we were seeing in biblical times, particularly in the Old Testament, is very, very different from what we perceive with marriage today.
All right, and now we have this argument that basically says that there's nothing actual in scripture that pretty much condemn of the practice of polygamy and much more, or they say there is a lot of different characters that have been presented in the Bible has presented those kind of factors. Now I know this is going to stir up some people, especially those who are religious, but hey, it's a raw podcast. So what do y'all think when it comes down to that?
Like I said, I'm not
Y'all quiet.
religious, but I will say I used to watch Sister Wives, and I feel like the issues that arose in their relationship being polyamorous was, or whatever they, however they decided to be, was that he added the last person in, and she just didn't fit the group, and the other three already had their setup, and like it was cool with those three, but then the fourth one became a problem. So, I mean,
Mm.
I'm not religious for a reason because there's no way in hell anybody could have 700 different partners. 700 is a crazy number. And I don't know who wrote a book and said 700 just makes sense. 30, crazy. 15, crazy. 10, even crazier. But 700 does not make sense. But that's why I'm not religious. I don't even remember 700 people's names. So be for real. Like
I
700,
forget
like
you a spouse. You ever walk around with I'm like, we dated? I don't remember dating you.
we're married. We're together. Oh, I forgot. Like I
You're
can see
gonna
that
pass by
happening like
somebody in the
already.
grocery store and you be like, "Who are you?"
No, I
Oh,
know.
oh
Right.
shit.
I
Damn.
still do that.
And it's like, and also I think the interesting part about women talking about being poly is the men are normally in the Bible the ones that got to be poly. They were just like they listed off all the men and they had multiple wives. But when women are saying, well, we have multiple boyfriends or we're married and we have a boyfriend or two, it's looked upon as we're whores when truly we are just doing exactly what men in the Bible
They're
did.
doing. Yep.
Now it's different because a lot of
We just
these
don't have
women are taking
700.
care of these men, and the
The
men back
700
then were
part.
taking care of all their wives. So hey,
Yep.
That's
So
true.
we didn't have all of these extra
hey,
things that we had
as
to
I
do.
like
We
to
just had to
tell
raise them kids.
yeah, they there for what the assisting with the cooking and the children and making sure everybody good in the community, not a roommate. Okay.
I'm not raising
I need
nobody else's
somebody to
kids.
help us bills. I can do that by myself. I don't need assistance in that department.
That part.
I
If
just
I
like the
can do it by
connection.
myself, then I'll be by myself. If that's
Did Baker leave
I'm not
us?
trading that.
Did he
I don't.
quit?
He quit.
I don't think
I
he
think
probably
we
had
got
come.
on everyone's nerves.
I was about to bring in Baker because I was curious because like I know I want to come from more of the
He gonna come
actual.
back.
He will, but just Sim, what is your stance on this? Because I know that you pretty much have like more of a Christian background. Because I want to keep it balanced. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, you in the video, you had somebody white speaking about something that's related to black history, Black History book, which is the Bible. And a lot of them have already changed the story to fit it and to make it seem what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. So
Yep.
that so if you look at the history deeper than what they're not saying or not telling you or changing it, you like I said before, in the beginning, it was only two people. They had to multiply. When you get into the New Testament, it was only one wife because the earth was already multiplied. That was the only time and the only reason for that. Now, if people would actually go to Israel and look and see for themselves, they would see what people are saying is not what it actually is.
Mm.
All right, so as I try to get Baker back on, like I want y'all to answer this. Like, do y'all believe in gender roles? Because I knew that question was going. I'm surprised nobody mentioned that. Like, are there
No.
actual? Oh, you answered that real quick. Why is that?
And the reason why is because I was raised in the beginning with a normal, what they call normal household, mom, dad. Then, it was mom, stepdad. Then it was just mom, right? But as a child growing up, you have to learn how to do everything because you have to be a functioning human, once you leave your house. So my take on it is, and I take this to my dating side. If I get with you and I have to feed you, what the hell was you doing before I got with you? Like, you ate every day. Like, what did you do? And I wouldn't expect the man to come here and take out the trash. I've been taking out the trash for 20 years, you know? So it's not necessarily the thing. Now, would I like the man to take out the trash? Hell yes, because I don't want to. But it's not necessarily a gender role because you have to be able to do something for yourself because you can't depend on someone to do it for you because that's how you let all that extra BS in. That's just my thought.
That I'm gonna go with what she said. I do believe men should take out the trash, but that's about it.
The rest of the stuff, you're like,
The rest of the stuff,
No,
like
I
I'll
agree
do
with
the
that.
rest.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
care
agree
about
with
that.
that.
Well, Chris,
I believe in
I,
gender roles. I'm sorry.
I go to Sam. I heard you was about to bring up a point.
I'm sitting here and I'm listening, but I know the ladies are not going to agree with this.
Shoot it! Shoot! Pull the trigger.
All this has one common wrong: picking the wrong guy, immature guys that have some type of issue that they never resolved when they were young, or whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
May, and that's the problem. And
Hmm.
that's why females deciding to do what they do, well,
Hmm.
that means that whatever energy you putting out, that's what those guys are going to be attracted to. And that's the problem.
Exactly. I
So
agree.
if you put if you act or conduct yourself in a certain manner, that's what you're going to receive. So if you're acting more mature and everything else, then that is what you're going to see. But if you're acting immature, you're going to attract the immature individual. That's just how it is.
All right, so let me break it down for the audience if that went over your head. Basically, you attract who you are or take accountability for who you choose.
Put it
Yeah.
like this. Let me put it this way. The people you attract reflects the level of maturity that you're at or immaturity that you're at.
So if you want to attract somebody different, you need to change within yourself. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Because then your values is higher.
Hmm.
Then someone, a real man, not a boy, a real man will see that and will step to it in the right way. But that's to me, there's still no justification for like what you were saying in having multiple partners. It just means you're picking the wrong individual, or you need to change something within yourself that you may not even know that you have been carrying around, and it's attracting the wrong type of people.
Well said. Anyone else want to add or go
I
against?
don't disagree with that too much. Actually, as I said, hey, if you like it and that's what you put up with, then fine. If not, because I truly believe in that. Like I said, I grew up a little different, so I'm not gonna be forceful. You see signs of a situation. What was the guy you fought with about the potential thing? When you fall in love with somebody for potential, it's not because of them, it's because what you think they could be. So
Yeah.
I'm not going for that. Either you hear, you already know what you need to do. I'm not explaining it to you. You get that a lot. Well, what do you like? I don't have to explain all that. So if you need to get to that and you need some training, we're not in the same department. I'm not here to be a teacher. I'm I respect you and all that, but I'm sorry. Farewell.
And then Chris
And you
too,
keep it
it goes back to what we said in other episodes of your show and my show. Black community don't go to counseling. If black men go to counseling, women go to counseling, we would not have all these issues that we're talking about now. What we know was wrong, but we're trying to justify as right,
Let,
right.
and things of
let,
Yeah.
that nature.
let me add something to that too. Is like, yes, we need to go to counseling, but I think one thing that we quickly forget when we go to counseling is actually listening for understanding. I think too many times, like when we
There's
go to
something
these
else too
sessions,
they don't
is that
do.
they're just listening just to respond, and you're not actually understanding the other person, especially if you want to go into like a way deeper kind
See,
of
that's what I'm
relationship or
talking about.
marriage.
Look at this
Is you
child.
have to
That's it.
actual listen for understanding, because communication, I believe, is the foundation of everything. So once you listen to the other partner and have a better understanding, then y'all can maneuver and work together a lot more better, instead of just always cutting he or she off all the time. That's basically setting up for a disaster in the end, because y'all not
Well,
even
Yep.
able to communicate
well,
on a
it's
simpler
more it's
thing.
more than just communicating what you
I
say.
know, but I'm just saying, like, that's the
If
foundation.
it's actually accepting what's being said, not being selfish where I don't want to listen. I hear you, but I'm not listening. Is also being actively involved. And the
Yeah.
problem is this: we want to pretend we're actively involved because we're too damn selfish to listen and to want to change, because we get in some type of way. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Okay, but then why are you complaining? Well, you put yourself in a position for being like that or dealing with this kind of situation because you don't want to change. So now the accountability is trying to be
Mm.
passed on to somebody else, but you don't want to accept accountability for yourself. And that is the problem, as what I keep saying. We are too selfish. People are selfish, and they don't see how and what level of selfishness that they are.
And like he don't like black people, that's why I don't like humans altogether. For that reason right there. It's about accountability.
That part.
Not a race for me. It's humanity. I mean, you see just one side. I'm around a lot of cultures, and that issue is across the board. It's not just a black community.
Um,
We're
I,
just, I would say for the black people, we too loud.
We
We
too
put
loud.
our
Like,
business. When I say we put our business out there too much, it's not that these issues aren't going on in other areas. It's just it's kept behind doors for the most take. But a lot
I'd
of the
like to have
issues
me
that
a
we have
blonde hair,
is
blue
a little
eyed
bit more
white girl,
quiet.
a nice Spanish girl.
what you
What do
said
you
you
want?
want. I want to make sure the
Wow.
audience hears you loud. Like, what do you want, Baker?
Well, listen, I'm serious about this.
Shh. Yeah, let them speak.
And Chris and Joshine, like Queen just said, she said, Chris, you know this. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give these ladies, and I'm serious, okay? I think I was sitting here and I was thinking, I'm gonna give y'all pay for 1 hour. That's it. To sit with my psychiatrist who I date. How about that? One
What
hour.
was
That's
you?
all
I'm
I'm gonna give.
confused. What did you say? Say it again.
You went in
Chris,
and
you
out a
heard
little
me.
bit.
Tell her what I said. Because she been talking so much to her ears. That's the problem. They don't listen. I'm trying to bless you, girl.
Wow.
I'm gonna get paid for 1 hour for you, Climate, and this poor baby here that's molesting this thing here, this muppet, this teddy bear. What is going on here?
Oh my
What is
God.
wrong? See,
Baker, whenever you start talking about your hatred for black women, your love for white women, I
Hey,
tend
are
to
you
tune out.
listening to the counseling? Yeah, who you said you dating her? Maybe that's the problem. You need to sit down
I'm
and
not about to.
lay down and stretch your legs, little boy.
Because something ain't quite right.
Like I be tuning out when Baker start talking shit about black women.
But he knows that he's black, right? He know he black. Maybe he don't know he black.
Listen,
Did you look in the mirror?
I get counseling, and I get counseling for people like you because I naturally have a chemical imbalance. I'm being very. I'm naturally. You're right. I have a natural imbalance. Okay.
I told you that earlier.
Like
your pH balance is off.
I would accidentally. No, my pH is great.
I'm allergic to black women.
I'm allergic to. I'm allergic.
Bullshit.
I'm allergic to disrespect. I'm allergic to
that.
You're not gonna make me like something that
you don't have to like it.
You don't have to lost its way. Black women, you guys have lost your way.
Not forceful.
And you're trying to find your way back.
But did you guide women to that, and that's your problem?
How are you assisting your community? How are you assisting black women in community by continuously putting them down in the manner that you are instead of being the man that you need to be and be the leader
and build them up?
Build a woman up so she don't have to be all that. What are you
buy
doing?
you a Gucci purse?
Where are you doing? Everybody, you assuming. You are assuming. And I do, baby. There's nothing Jaquana Deanne Thomas does not do for herself. Let me go ahead and scratch that. Because Chris can tell you, baby, I'm the type of person that would get so pissed off at somebody that I will pay for everybody's stuff at the table to prove a point. Throw a little cash in your face and leave. It's not about that, but you're not going to be
If you come around me, you know what I want you to pay for?
I'm going to walk off.
Pay close.
I'm not going
to
for you to get away.
I'm not going to be around you because I don't like being bothered in that matter when I come out.
I don't. You wouldn't. We don't run in the same circles, and you would never catch me in your circle.
So I think that's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
I don't do low vibrational people at all.
Chris went to the gutter and found some young whores
and did not. I'm 41 years old, sweetheart. There's nothing young about me.
Okay, so how old are you? Are you like 90?
41 years old, baby.
Go see counseling.
So you're 90.
I have counseling, and yours is not working.
But yeah, I'm gonna say because your counseling is not really healthy if all you're doing is bashing women.
It sounded like you got some imbalance.
I was getting counseling from her.
All right, so with that said,
look, I get it, y'all.
I got one more video.
Chris, you brought this on here to get therapy.
To get, I guess, as long as it's not from his counselor.
A black woman has taken this man and drug him through the
mud. Yep.
And they know I don't play
that. A black woman has stripped his soul and buried it in the ground.
Girl, she got that hoodoo on him. That's what it is. She put the hoodoo on him, and he don't know how to act.
I know trash from the gutter.
You hate black women that much.
Take that phone screen down and let me see your apartment. I guarantee you got
apartment, baby. This is a house. Hold on.
Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it.
Hold on, sweetheart.
Let me see the kitchen.
Baby, you need to be all up in my house. So you being bothered about the wrong thing.
That part.
Let me see this.
You see this?
Wow.
You gotta turn off the virtual
background thing gone.
Turn it on.
Damn it. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. No, sweetheart.
We not
mediocre about me.
Once you do that, I'm gonna play this video clip. Go ahead.
Nothing mediocre.
I don't even think you got control no more, Chris. You ain't got control. Queen. I figured it out. Queen.
In college who are honor students, baby.
Queen. Look, she my best friend.
The most intelligent among us.
Who has all her stuff taken care of.
The most
intelligent among us. Real quick. I'm gonna give you a chance to pretty much set up the virtual background, play this clip so you have a little time. All right, so go ahead and do that. So let me roll this clip, and then we're gonna wrap up the show from there as you get the house ready for showcase.
Let's wrap it up with this, Trey.
All right, so we have this. It would.
Mononormative is used for the assumption that monogamous relationships are the only valid or worthwhile relationships, and that anyone who isn't in one should be seeking to enter one. And that if you don't have this, you also don't necessarily matter as much as people who have this or who are seeking it do. So I think that's cultural paradigm that I hope all of us can shift away from, ultimately, because it is really hurtful and harmful to a lot of people. Mononormative is
All right. So with that said, like, what do y'all think about that? Because
You get it, a lot of these advices or so-called advices of so-called people that know some are all white folks.
Yeah,
that
I was
is
gonna say
actually a
that
good
too,
point to bring up too.
So
Chris. I would say that.
I mean, because if you look at it historically, can you really trust anything that come out their mouth?
Oh, shit.
Chris, it was
I don't
actually
think
your
somebody come out
poor
of black man mouth
research in
actually.
this one because there are black people that are poly, so you just need to type in black polyamorous when you look things
It's a
up.
lot of them.
And
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
actually,
So
like
There's
if people go
plenty.
back to my previous episode, I had like a whole couple, and I showcased that. Like I'm pretty much like if they go to previous ones, like I can look it up real quick. But in my previous episode, I had that, and it was a whole black couple to explain like how they had the dynamic and much more, how they had everything worked out. And so like yeah, I'm showing a little bit different, but I do have like played that in previous episodes.
oh, this is
So
this episode, Chris. We needed black people for this episode.
we need to mix it up. I got to control the show, but yeah, I have showcased in previous episodes. So yes, there is that, and not only in whites, black, and different races as well. It's all across the brown.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I still say that there's a lot of issues. One, if an individual don't know themselves, then they're gonna keep picking the wrong. They're gonna keep picking the wrong fruit. They're gonna keep doing it, and then they're gonna justify it. So, and then once they justify it, the next thing they're gonna do, they're gonna justify having two or three fruits, and they're gonna spoil rather waiting for that one perfect fruit to come along. And we have a lot of problem with that. And like I said, immature men, females nowadays, in my opinion, don't really pay attention to the background of the guy, his family, the dynamics, the issues, and how they were raised, and not go off what people or what they're saying, but what they actually see. Females go off emotions. That's wrong. You
Don't
go
say
off.
females. You have some people.
No, females do. Y'all design more
No, no, no,
emotional.
no. Don't do that.
Men are more logical. That's why
Not all
men.
of them.
They are more emotional than
Oh
anybody. Oh
Lord.
my God. No.
Oh
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Now,
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't want to interrupt you.
women have always been designed to be more emotional. That's why y'all are the nurturers. Women are always being the emotional. Men are not nurturers like women. By no means. So that's what, in other words, females are just picking the wrong guys. They picking someone on the level of where they're at, not the level where they need to be.
And some people are just picking because that's the style that's just left. Like, let's be honest, there aren't a
All
lot of
that's
great.
left.
Like
What?
everybody isn't a great man. You do have a lot of people with background issues or whatever. As far as black women is concerned, as you can see, at Baker, a lot of black men don't even like black women. Okay, they don't
That
even like.
part.
So I have a small amount of men that like my black woman. Then secondly, I have a small amount of men who are prepared to deal with a black woman financially supportive in any kind of way. And then thirdly, well, do he like me because he might like dick too? Because so now my pool getting low.
Well,
What are your choices here?
well, I have to agree to disagree with you. And the reason why I say that is because the thing about it is everybody's always rushing.
Agreed.
If you don't rush, it comes to you.
Agreed.
Everybody's rushing, so when you're rushing, you grabbing whatever that's out there. When you don't rush, you get the quality. This stands out, and that's the problem.
And what Chris? What's my favorite line, baby? What I'm settling for?
You quick to pull that one real quick.
I hear them like, "Oh, you this age, you that age." Oh, what I'm settling for? I gotta keep
So
going.
for a trip to the
I gotta
gynecologist.
keep going.
And see, we had somebody that even
Why
said
does everything have to be about
that
sex? Okay, so I'm a germaphobe. Okay,
Well,
and
y'all
you never
you
have to
look
worry about
sick
me
in what
messing
you're
with a bunch
saying,
of different
and
people.
what I'm trying to say is you are just you're trying to make what black women do that is perverse. You're trying to make it culture, and you're trying to make it right,
Wow.
and you're doing like the media want black people to kill themselves. Not only that, be sexual promiscuous. They teased us. They talked about you. The slaves you were breeding and made babies because y'all were sexually energized. Calm that down.
Okay, now slow
Wow.
down because no one is talking about
Okay.
sex,
Yeah, but
Baker, and
see,
you
but
took
what I'm
what I
trying to
said out of
say is,
context
you trying
because
to
that
kill
ain't
me
slow
because
down.
I'm
You took what I said
disappointed
out of
with the black
context.
race of women.
You took
Not
what I
me.
said out of context, sir.
Oh, okay.
You gotta learn how to
Lord
listen,
have
boo.
mercy.
Yeah, for
It's nothing you
comprehension.
can.
You do a lot of ready to bark, Baker,
Well,
and don't
because I
listen.
bark at ignorance.
You know
That's what
that's
the
not
Bible says.
ignorance. That's not ignorance.
That's what
Don't
the
assume
Bible
that
says.
everything you say is just right because it's coming out your
Because
mouth.
The
it's
Bible
not.
call you
You need to
ignorant.
pull. You need to pull it down
Let
a
me
peg,
handle you. The
sweetheart.
Bible call you ignorant.
Pull
Do
it
you not
down a
know that?
peg or two.
The
And
Bible
so
didn't
now
call
you're gonna
me
get mad
ignorant.
at Jesus. The Bible calls you ignorant. Did you know that?
Baby, you don't even have your whole Bible. Calm down.
Whatever. You ain't read a Bible
My thing, I'm beyond that
with a
little
bird up
Bible.
in your
Okay,
hand.
So
I'm culturally
so
intelligent.
it's very hard to
There's a lot
listen
of
to
your Bible that
someone.
you don't have. So because you don't
Yeah.
have the full context of your Bible, you're not going to know your full amount of knowledge. So until you go out of your little country and out of your little zone to seek more knowledge of what the little bit you don't know, then you would grasp a lot more of things. And then when you go to church and you read that one line in one scripture and you ain't read the whole chapter, it takes things out of context, baby. So don't do that.
I can
Because you're
tell
not
you
there
my
yet. Not
feelings,
for
and
me anyway. I don't know about
sometimes when
anybody
I
else.
see some of
Don't
you
throw
low
that over here.
class
You
women,
probably
I'll
expect
be
it over
asking
here.
somebody, "Where's a
All
trash
right.
can or dumpster?"
Lord have mercy. All right.
Okay,
So
so okay, I got a
Yeah, I'm
question.
serious. It's just
Because
awful, and
nah,
it's the kind of
you're
behavior
saying
I want
a
people to
bunch of
see. Social
air
media,
and
I
a
want you
bunch
to
of
see this
no.
the kind of
Okay.
behavior that you get
We're
from
gonna
this
stay on
kind of gutter
topic.
trash.
So
yeah.
the topic was slow down, back up because you strike the nerve, poo. The topic
For
was
everybody.
the topic was what again? Because let's just
Lord have
remain
mercy.
because
See.
every time
All
Baker
right.
get
So
involved, he take us to
I'm
the
gonna
left
refresh
field.
everybody's memory. I'm gonna do this as I add on. I'm gonna play another like more of a positive when it comes to fire real quick, and
Clips
then I'm gonna bring it back because I had to remind people the
with these
subject
white
matter.
folks, all these
All
Fact
right.
that
clips.
All right.
men are cheating on their wives and in relationships every day of the week. So poly is just us. You're consenting. You know what's going on. Do you feel the same way? Like, well, y'all been getting cheated on, so this is the way that it's not cheating because everybody is aware we're all on the same page.
I don't believe
You
that.
don't agree with
No,
that? Okay.
I can understand why people would say that. 60% of relationships are non-monogamous, meaning you're in a monogamous relationship, but someone is stepping out of the relationship. And so from that just statistic alone, we know that people are not truly being as monogamous as they'd like to say that they are. But I come from an abundance mindset in everything. So I'm not polyamorous because I was expecting someone to cheat on me. We were married for 4 years before we
Go on and answer these questions because I definitely wanted to know at what point in the 7 years did y'all make this decision?
So we were married for 4 years monogamously. Neither one of us had stepped outside of the relationship. I brought it up to him.
What were you thinking to yourself first before you had the conversation with him?
So I researched it for a full year
Okay.
before I brought it up to him because I needed to like educate myself as to what I was going to be saying to him. And really this whole process of becoming polyamorous happened because I became a mother.
Okay.
And after I had my son, I really started to evaluate for myself what my belief system was because I wanted to make sure that whatever I tell him is what I truly believe and not just programming, not
What
just
you've been
something
taught.
exactly something I've been taught or something societally that I just accepted. And the first thing I started evaluating was religion because when I got married, I was very religious. Even though we got into a non-traditional relationship from the jump, I still wanted to go to Christian counseling. I still wanted to do things the right way, if you will, right? And so when I went down the rabbit hole of understanding what I felt like from a religious perspective, that actually led me to asking myself if I even believed in monogamy. And once I settled on, I don't think monogamy is necessary for commitment, then the floodgates kind of opened. And I wanted to make sure that whatever I was going to tell my son about how his father and I live was truly how I was living. My whole goal for my son is that he is a free thinker.
So now we have that point of view. What do y'all think?
I'm
Y'all
not
quiet.
poly, so I can't explain. I'm not. All I hear is bacteria and cesspool. I'm sorry. Now you gotta remember I'm a germaphobe. I have a hard time with one person. Like that's I'm definitely, because you might think, okay, yeah, she's out there. I'm not. I'm not. I don't. Sexually, I'm not like that. I'm probably as close as you're gonna get to a 41-year-old virgin with 4 kids. I'm not. I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I have a hard time, like even in a relationship, getting to the point where I can kiss somebody like this, and this is my person. I love this person. If I see drool, I might pass out.
I
Like
told
I'm
you
not.
That part.
Touch me.
You say drool?
I can't be in that department.
Just like a little drool, and you like already
I,
freaking
I
out.
dropped my baby. Remember, I told you. You've heard this story in my family. I've dropped babies because of drool. Like, you get it. Please get it. It's stuff coming out.
Memory just all
Get
gone
it?
lost. Memory lost.
I'm a germaphobe. Oh my god! But no, to me, all I hear, and I was a biology major, so I know what stuff look like in a scope. I'm the person that might accidentally spray you in your face if you sneeze, cough, or anything. I don't go around big crowds. I don't like being around a bunch of people. When I am out, I'm to myself. Like I can't see myself um dealing with that many people in my household when I have a hard time with one. I'm getting my kids rid of, when my kids leave to college, they don't get to come back. Like I be real. We've got you out, so we downsize for a reason, son. This is your home. You visit, you leave. This is my space. I don't want anyone in this little area. I don't like y'all nasty.
Oh
I
my God.
When I date a guy, he has to have like major OCD, and I mean, like I want you getting maybe a little medication for your extremeness on OCD. Like it's too much nasty. But again, that's just my cup of tea because that's my view of things. I don't knock anybody. It's all I hear is cesspool. I just feel like something
That
new.
petri dish. That petri
Yes, I
dish.
feel like something else is brewing, and I'm gonna get sick.
All right. So, is there anyone else that wants to respond to the video before we do everybody shouting where they can find you at?
But Chris, old
Go ahead.
girl, I mean, when she was talking, everything still goes back. Everything what people are saying is only the top surface. And I will still repeat. When she asked the question about issues and over about the relationship or the cheating or whatever, it still goes back to there is some past trauma, past issues for guys to think and want to act a certain way that they have not. Good example, and you know this example, Chris. If you're driving your vehicle, right, and you see that yellow light come on, what do most people do? They keep driving.
Yeah, especially if they're near the end. Like, I ain't
They
supposed to
keep
stop on
going,
my.
right? And most people, when they keep going, that's a caution light saying that it's something that is wrong. But what do people do? They ignore it and they continue to go on, right? Then something else go wrong, just like a car, another part, another piece, and then they continue, and another part, another piece, and then they never get down to the root problem, the root cause of the issues. They only hit one or two of the top surface, but never to the bottom of what is the root cause that caused everything for them to act and think the way they do. The problem is easy counseling, Find out what the root cause is. You know yourself. You know what you want, how you want. You're not going to settle for less. But we covering it up by the actions in this conversation that what you're saying.
And I'm a little bit on that. I feel like just in my experience of the people that I know who are in the lifestyle, y'all not compatible. And y'all forcing yourself to be with each other because I've been with this person for this long, or a little backstory on me. So I was with my kid's dad for 10 years. That was my best friend, but it was never meant for us to be together. So eventually it got to a point where, okay, now I need to walk away because this isn't the future that I have for myself or align with me and my children. Not everyone is able to do that. So now I'm sticking around. I'm with this individual, or like, oh girl, hey, I like my husband, but I got well, guess what? You don't really like him. You dealing with him, but
That
dealing with him, and you really want to walk away, but you don't know how because you have this attachment, and people don't know how to detach sometimes.
yeah.
Now I get that, and some people are lonely, like my ex-husband. That was his thing. Okay, sweetheart, you jumping from relationship to relationship after me, like what's going on? Well, I don't know how to be by myself. Well, you're never going to be in something good if you can't be alone. Now me on the other hand, that listen, I got a default. Me for me. And I have a harder time. I have a harder time trying to stay in situations because of stuff like that. If I feel like I'm too much of a problem, or that individual is too much of a problem for me, like that's God's sign of saying this is not it. Like this, it shouldn't be that much static between the individual, or always having those type of problems, or you getting to the point where, okay, I need to be outdoors, or like I used to tell Chris, baby, listen, the only way y'all gonna see me with somebody, if I see that man, and I don't want to lick him, bite him, scratch him, and fight everybody for him, then he not for me. And
Damn.
I'm not one of those individuals who's I'm gonna hold on to him till I get to the next person, because I'm absolutely comfortable being alone. I got other stuff to do. I'm not.
Sound like this woman wants you because she keep calling your name and say, Chris. I told Chris this. She want to bite and suck and grab you.
Oh my God.
And you need to oblige her, and because I can tell when a woman.
Here we go.
Now listen, Chris and Joshine, I ain't gonna do it, but help these women so Queen will understand, and either the other real Queen, I think she was on and she dropped off, but one thing about me, I have a young, beautiful black girlfriend, okay?
What?
Yes. You can go to the ticker.
I was like, wait, what?
And the way you talk about black women,
No,
baby,
because I know
Baby?
I need to
Did you
reach out
color
and check on
her?
y'all.
Did you color her in?
Do you want her number? Call her and tell her.
No, we're not interested.
She will tell you I'm a savior.
Oh my God. How old is she? 20?
I can guarantee you one thing she is. She's probably 15 to 20, if not 100 times smarter than you or clinics. But Chris, you can sell her the TikTok. But let me say this here. I adore black women that I don't adore their behavior. So you'll understand. And the demons in some of them I want out. Okay? Because it had messed us up. Because y'all have already experienced a shortage on men, because most of them are gay and in prison. So, and the other one, the small limit, the white man taught you how to get them out of the house. And then the ones that's out and single have been went crazy. And I'll be damned if I let one of you black women run me crazy. I'm going to beat you to the draw. And I ain't got far to go with y'all two.
Oh, Lord.
Just a few more conversations and I have you on medication.
Wow.
Right,
so we're going to go to that counselor that you're trying to go.
You know you crazy. You just ain't had nobody tell you crazy.
Oh no, I come into the conversation telling people I'm crazy. I'm a disagree. Matter of fact, I tell people I have a psychosis, so don't do that.
Look, crazy ain't bad. It depends on what's
mind yourself. I'm not all the way together.
It's what you're addicted to. We make things bad. You're crazy. and you just got off your medicine, just like the other girl who said it. What's her name?
I'm not on medication. That's the problem.
When
So
did
I
you get
try
off?
to use my communication. I don't
When
take
did you get off your
medication.
psychotic?
I don't take it. So
You stopped taking
because
it?
I don't take it,
No,
and
you
I
stopped.
and I communicate. Calm down, slow
Did you
down.
stop or the doctor?
You're not listening again.
Did the doctor
You're
tell
not
you to
listening.
I don't
stop?
think he knows how to listen. He has a
All right.
one-way
Go ahead,
vocal.
I'll listen.
So
I'm
for the
listening.
audience, because I know we're a little bit over, like about goes an hour and 30 minutes. Like, let's go ahead and like
Man, you
spin it
put me on
around.
this here, and if you're gonna do me like this and not let me know the topics and let me know what kind of
sent
trash
you
you
the
gonna
whole
have on,
text of the
You
topic.
when
keep
it's gonna
changing
night,
the
let me
topic.
know.
All right, so
I'm
let's
trying to
go
help
ahead
you,
and
little
go
trashy
around and let's let the audience. Lord have
Baby, he
mercy.
is upset. His Viagra
No, I
wore
ain't
off.
sick. I'm right, and no
I
Baker,
one should
said
tell me I'm right.
upset. Clean
Baker,
both your ears. Clean both your ears. I said
Look,
upset.
go
Baker
like
will
the
be
black women
okay.
and all that
Baker will
sage.
be
Go do your
okay.
sage bath and your cleansing and all that old witchcraft stuff you hoes do.
Oh, God have mercy. Baker,
I'm on top of you.
Jesus
Thank you.
Christ.
I feel dirty,
All
Chris.
right.
Hurry up. I gotta go take another shower. This woman that made me snap.
We know. Oh, Lord. All right,
dirty.
so
Whole
with that said, let's
thing.
go ahead and go around of the and find out where they can find each other. So we'll start with Baker. You good?
I'm fine. I just didn't
He not
know
good.
All
His
right.
pressure
All right.
up.
So
me
with
with
that
this
said,
trash.
all right, just Sim.
Y'all get
Where
out
can the
my house.
audience find you, and what we
You might need
have
to mute him.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead, Sim.
Oh, you can find me in the trenches every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Pandora, as well as Spotify. Also, to check out our website where you get the hottest merch, especially the Baker's collection that's out there. And of course, as you know, what's going on in the environment, we have the hottest shirt called, "Hey, politicians are just like diapers, they full of shit."
Oh.
All right, and where can they find you, Climax?
I am Climax Mistress everywhere. I'm a poet. I'm an author. I'm a baker. www.climaxmistress.com. And I do have books out. And I do have a YouTube channel.
Awesome. And then we got Queen, Showcase the Smile. Where can they find you and all the great things you have coming in store?
Yeah, I can't. I'm unavailable. I'm private.
Damn.
That's my new best friend. That's my new best friend.
She said what she said. and now, all right. And now we have Baker. Where can they find you, Baker? I know you heard.
Tonight you're gonna find me taking 3 hot showers.
3 hot showers.
Now this woman just said something. I'm disturbed, but that's fine. I can't believe you. You private. Are you wanted by the government?
I work.
I'm gonna turn you. Okay, that's fine. I'm not. You know when you can find me minding my business. But this one I'm gonna turn in for food stamp fraud.
What he say? Who?
All right. As always, appreciate
Whole thing.
everybody tuning in for the entertainment, the roughness and the much more Baker, because Baker gonna be Baker regardless. We already know what's to be expected from him. But
Baby.
make sure you subscribe, share, and keep the conversation going. It's been another great episode of A Slice of Love where we talk about the topics that y'all afraid to, but we not put it out there on blast. And of course, it's your host, as always, C Holes. You can find on YouTube, all the different platforms. Y'all funny. Y'all funny. And all the different platforms and much more. So make sure you keep those comments and conversation going, because this has been another episode of A Slice of Love. Catch y'all next time, and we're out. Peace.